Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Merlin here. And today we're going to be jumping into a new deck. But before we jump into that, just some few changes we're going to be doing to the streaming style. Just for shits and giggles, we're going to start doing a best 2 out of 3 to test new decks. That way we can get somewhat of an accurate read on the deck if it wins all three if it wins all three matches. Okay, we know it's a 100% win rate. If it wins 2 out of 3, I'm going to say more or less a 66.3, round that up to like 70% win rate. If it wins only one, then I'm going to go with more like a 35% win rate, something to that effect. So let's get into it. The deck we're going to be using is called Death from Above. It is a Azorious blue-white flyers. It uses flying and lifelink. So we have the 4 Healer's Hawk, 2 Ominous Seas, 4 Quench, 4 Skycat Sovereigns. That's going to be the main bread and butter of the deck, along with 4 Staggering Insight, 3 Aerial Assault because every creature in the deck has flying or can get flying, 4 Angel of Vitality, 4 Banishing Light, 2 Gideon Blackblade. He's the only, well, he and Heliod are the only cards that do not fly. Heliod's in there because of his ability to put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature whenever I gain a life. Then there's the Warden of Evos Isle, makes my flying creatures 1 colorless less to cast. 4 Absorbs, I gain life and I counter a spell. A Johnny, Strength of the Pride. 6 Plains, 6 Island, 4 Temple of Enlightenment, and 4 Tranquil Cove. Now, just so you know, I'm not using a Johnny's Pride Mate in this deck, just because I'm trying to focus more on the flyers, since their cost to cast is cheaper thanks to the Warden, and that's basically the whole theme of the deck. Skycat Sovereign gets a bonus, for every flyer I have, so it's best to kind of build along those lines. That was the main card that I, chose to build upon. And then I wanted to follow that up with some buff spells like Staggering Insight. And then we got the Absorb, which means I can counter spells and gain life off it. So we're going to drop this. And we're going to Staggering Insight, Healer's Hawk. I gain 2 life. I draw a card. Now, the nice thing is, that whole mechanic feeds into the card I have in my hand right now, Ominous Seas. If I'm drawing 2 cards a turn or more, and there goes my Healer's Hawk. But either way, if I were to draw more cards, quicker I get to my 8/8 Krakens. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, since he wants to play that game, we're going to hit him with Banishing Light. There goes his Starfield Mystic. He took my Hawk. I took his Mystic. So now whenever an enchantment you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, he won't get a +1/+1 counter for his Starfield. Now, on the next move, we're going to drop Angel of Vitality. Ooh, Calyx. Okay. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Okay, exile target creature or enchantment. Alright. Alright, so we're going to drop this. We're also going to drop Ominous Seas. Okay, so exile target creature or enchantment you don't control until target enchantment you control leaves the battlefield. Alright, we are definitely going to kill off Calyx. Now, whether we do it with Aerial Assault, or we try and blow him up using Staggering Insight, either or. Now, the whole point of this deck is to do as much damage but gain as much life as humanly possible. And I see him just kind of riding that fact that he's got more mana on the field than me. I have changed it up. I used to run about 16 to 18 land. Now I run 20. And we're not going to block that. I draw. Okay. Now I want Calyx gone, so we're going to drop Healer's Hawk. We're going to Staggering Insight. We're going to kill off Calyx. I gain 2 life. Now, because I did not do damage to a player, I don't get to draw a card, which is okay. All of his creatures are ground forces, which means I just need to focus on flying through the air here. And he doesn't have enough mana for that creature. But he does have enough to make a 2/5. Daxos, Blessed by the Sun. No blocks. Come on through. Okay. In comes Angel of Vitality. We're just going to swing all out. I gained 3 life. I did damage. And I'm going to get another Staggering Insight. Dang. Now, I do run 4 of these, just so you know. For anyone out there interested in what the deck runs, I do run 4 Staggerings. I may have to change the amount of mana for this deck, just because I seem to be running into a bit of a problem as far as running into my blue mana. Okay. Now I want him to swing at me. No blocks. Perfect. Gain a life. And we're going to Aerial Assault the Starfield Mystic. I gained life equal to my amount of flyers. We're going to swing in the air. And now I have a 4/4 Angel of Vitality, which I can actually work with. Okay, he's probably going to hit Angel of Vitality, and it triggers twice. Off from who? Okay. No? Alright, let's see. Got some blue mana. I draw Temple of Enlightenment. Right into another island. We're actually going to wait. We're going to swing for 1. Now, this is the other reason why I've been holding on to these absorbs, is I didn't have the blue mana I needed. Now I do. And now I can do this. I counter your spell. I gain 3 life. Thank you. Now, granted, I can't do that again. But for each of his spells that I am countering, like that, we're definitely going to stop him from dropping Heliod on me. Because I'm gaining life, he is not. Or at least not nearly as much as I am anyways. And I can actually do that. Drop another Healer's Hawk. I'm waiting for him to drop his Heliod, because that's the only thing I'm going to counter. Come on. Yes. Absorb. Your spell goes bye-bye. I gain 3 life. Thank you. Come again. Now, as you can see, the deck is functioning exactly as I want it. No blocks. I'm gaining life far faster than he can deplete me. And that's funny because he's swinging for 5+ damage a turn. Alright, so we're going to drop this guy. In comes Skycat Sovereign. We're going to crack this for my 8/8. Next, we're going to swing. And the other thing that we're going to do, the main reason I focused on my Skycat Sovereign, is due to this ability right here. Activate ability. I pay mana. I get a 1/1 cat. And now I'm holding my aerial assault. So if he does swing, I can blow up one of his creatures on my next turn and gain life equal to all my creatures with flying. And he has nothing with reach that I can tell so far. I mean, even Nylia, who has a bow, does not have reach, which is kind of funny. Okay, Setessan Champion, he's going to gain a life. Okay, he's creating more and more creatures, which doesn't do him really any good, seeing as they're all on the ground. And if he does swing at me, I can use my Skycat to kill something. Come on, swing at me, you know you want to. There we go. They don't have... Oh, no. All right, then. We'll keep that in hand. Okay, so that's a sorcery. Okay, so Aerial Assault is a sorcery. Cannot be cast at instant speed, which is fine. And, yeah, as long as we keep 2 mana available. Activate ability. Create a 1/1 cat. We're just going to swing in the air, because we know that'll get through. At this point, we're just keeping the cats around as cheap offense. And I just drew my second Ominous Seas, which is good. And my turn. I still have 3 blockers, and should he try to cast a spell, I have my Quench in hand, along with Aerial Assault. I can't do anything right now. Okay, it doesn't have Trample, so I can block that all I want. It doesn't have Lifelink. I mean, he can give it Indestructible if he wants. I'm going to make you waste mana. If you want it, you got to work for it. I will give his deck credit, though, because he was able to slow me down early in the game by using all of his removal spells, his Prison Realms. Very effective card. You got to love it. Yep. I will GG you. You can make it indestructible, which is fine. But I'm actually going to take that out. Throw a cat there. Throw a cat there. Your creature dies. And because of all the life gain I've done, I'm pretty much set. And there goes my opponent. All right, that's game 1 of 3 in my favor. All right, 1 win I take. Let's go to the next game. All right, I'll take my 275 XP. Thank you. All right, so as you can see, the deck is pretty simple to run. It basically just... The key card has a 2 mana cost. Now, most decks, if they're running on a certain card, that card could have anywhere from like a 3 to 4 drop mana cost. It's usually a late game card. And this actually isn't too bad. We're going to keep. But for me, I was able to choose a card that has a really low cost. Plus, I had extra rare wild cards I was able to just, throw in there. Because I only had 2 at the time. So I was able to grab my 4, get it all set up. I recommend for anybody who's just breaking into this game, grab that card. Build a deck around it. As you can see, the cost is very low, and I'm not going to let you opt early. Bye-bye. I'm just going to get my ops out of the way. Just because. And oh, good. Maybe he's not going to cast the thing? Alright, cool. Alright, we dropped this. Now I can move on to my bigger spells like Absorb, Quench. Nope, no Growth Spiral, sorry. For a deck like his, if you can stop him from mana ramping early, you're set. Because obviously he needs to mana ramp because he's probably not drawing into all the colors he needs. Which is fine. Because now I just seem to be drawing into all the mana I need. Now what I'm probably going to do... Yeah, you're going to cycle. I can't react to that anyways. Alright. His turn. I still have the absorbs in hand. Oh, alright. Gonna drop that. We're gonna throw out Gideon. And what we're gonna do is, even though I don't have a creature in play... Oh. Okay. There goes Gideon. Never mind. But what I was gonna say is, even though you... If you have a planeswalker like Gideon, who, for lack of a better term, is more creature-oriented, his abilities say, give creature this ability, or give creature this ability. At this point, you're just... Draw a card, you may put a land card. Nope, I'd rather wait for you to cast something bigger. Anyways, looking at Gideon. His +1 is up to one other target creature you control gets a choice of Vigilance, Lifelink, Indestructible, until end of turn. Even if you can't target a creature, always use his ability so that you can beef up his loyalty points to get him to his -6, which is exile target non-land permanent. You don't know. You might need that to blow up a, say, Nicobolas. Or you might need to blow up something worse. And yeah, that's not going to stick around. Your card gets countered. Okay, Fire Prophecy. Sure. Okay, so he must be drawing for his counter spells. My creature goes bye-bye. I might have actually found a 3-color deck that might run a little bit faster than me. But then again, I've also sent a lot of his mana ramp to the grave, which is fine. Okay, he's growth spiraling. I'm going to drop Healer's Hawk. I'm down to my last counter spell, which I'm going to be holding for something worse than maybe a burn spell. There. Oh. Hey, Gideon. Does he... Or, nope. No counter spells. Alright, then. So what we're going to do is we're going to target Healer's Hawk, and we're going to give it Indestructible. Unless, of course, he chooses to interact. No. Hawk sticks around. Okay, Hawk is dead. Either way. Okay, then. I didn't think he had that much mana left open, though. I'll have to look at that later. Okay, then he has to sack it, but he does have the mana to recast it or what have you, so... Yeah. Alright, we're going to drop Warden of Evocile. We're going to use this +1. We're going to give it Indestructible. Swing. The non-land permanent that we're going to use Gideon to blow up is probably going to be his Wilderness Reclamation. Because as long as he's able to untap all of his mana, that's going to be the big problem for me. Which I should expect to be seeing here pretty soon. Yep. At least, though, he has to wait to swing with that. So, we're going to drop Skycat Sovereign. We're going to pop Skycat Sovereign's ability. And then... yeah. We're going to neg-6 him and get Uru out of here. I mean, you can't really do anything. I mean, you can scry. But scrying won't save you now. We're going to leave that one alone. I've run this Planeswalker myself. Do not charge a Chandra Fire Artisan. Because the more any counter you remove off it or he removes, you take damage equal to that counter amount. So if he removes, say, 7, let me try and get over it. Exile the top 7 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. That -7 is going to cost you 7 life. So just don't screw with it. Just, forget it. But as you can see so far, I've got him pretty much set where I want him. Because now we're going to drop another Skycat. We're going to pop Skycat's ability, create a little blocker. We're going to send 1 cat over here. I'm willing to take that 1 point of damage. Swing. Okay. Sure. You summoned a wolf, but I'm flying, dude. I'll take that 1 point of damage, thank you. The whole goal is to keep him away from that 7 mark, which I just knocked him back down to 6, so he's going to have to keep +1ing her. Because thankfully she doesn't have anything less than a -7. And I'm just going to GG this. Because unless he draws something drastic like a life gain spell, this is pretty much game, set, match. And if he does swing at me, I'll probably just, I'll just take it because I'm at 20 life. And he is fishing for something. Oh, an Uru! Okay, 10 life. Unfortunately, that's not enough. And you've tapped yourself to the point of not being able to play it, so yeah. We're in a GG. All his mana untaps. It doesn't have flash, so let's do this. Boy, he does love that Scribe. Okay, so what I'm going to do next move, just to kind of make it a final victory, we're going to drop this, pop his ability. Swing, 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 swing. Yep, game, set, match. There you go. Flawless victory. Alright, that's 2 out of 3. So I would say with utter confidence that this deck works well. It's pretty effective. Let's take another look at it. I didn't overload with planeswalkers, which I'll admit myself, I am notorious for having that need. If I have every planeswalker, I want to fit every planeswalker into a deck, which just kind of slows it down, bogs it down, and makes it very muddled. So let's take a look-see. We've got the 4 Healer's Hawk, 2 Ominous Sea, 4 Quench, 4 Skycat Sovereigns, 4 Staggering Insight, 3 Aerial Assaults, 4 Angel of Vitality, 4 Banishing Light, 2 Gideon Blackblades, 2 Heliod Suncrowned, 2 Warden of Evos Isle, 4 Absorb, 1 Ajani, Strength of the Pride, 6 Plains, 6 Island, 4 Temple of Enlightenment, and 4 Tranquil Cove. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who, if you're running a life gain deck, they want you to run frickin' Ajani's Pride Mate. But my deck actually doesn't need it. 1, because if I really need a ground force, I can always pop one of my Ominous Seas to crap out an 8/8 Kraken. Or I've got a Johnny who can create a little 2/2 white cat, similar to a Johnny's Pride Mate. But I mainly have him in there for his +1 ability of you gain life equal to the number of creatures and planeswalkers you control. And with a card like Skycat Sovereign, as you saw, I can create as many little winged terrors as I want. And what I love about this card is its flavor text. The bounty on its head is as old as Skysail, but no one has ever tried to collect. Yeah. This card has I feel it's so underused. I'm going to say it. I've played a lot of Standard, and I haven't seen this played. At least not in the volume that I would do. And I'm guilty of it myself. I haven't built a deck around it until now. I mean, it gets a plus for every flying creature you control, except for itself. Plus, it can create more flyers. And these flyers can act as cheap blocks. They can act as cannon fodder to weaken a planeswalker so they can't hit their alt. I mean, in my opinion, this deck is just, yeah. It is awesome. And with that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys for dropping in. As always, if you like the channel and you like what I'm doing, you know what to do. Smash that sub button. Hit the little bell so you can get notified when I go live. And as always, guys, I will see you next time.